I'm using this new method of speaking directly with you as principals of the Archdiocese because of the gravity of the threat to the parishes, schools, and social service agencies of the Archdiocese that would result from legislation which is on the brink of passage in the state legislature. Senate Bill 131 is a proposal which will open a window of time to introduce expired claims of sexual abuse of minors on private schools, parishes, and service organizations. As you know, a law which altered the statute of limitations in 2003 for a period of 1 year unleashed a torrent of lawsuits which cost the Church in California more than $1 billion. Now the trial attorneys are seeking to open the floodgates once again with legislation that is targeted at our Church. If this law passes, only private organizations are subject to suits from decades ago. The public schools and all government agencies will remain exempt from such past claims. Thus, the vast majority of victims of sexual abuse of children will have no recourse. Even more outrageously, the bill exempts those who perpetrated the crimes of sexual abuse from being sued for their own actions in the years which predate the present statute of limitations. Only the private employers of these perpetrators will be subject to lawsuit. This is purposeful unfairness. As the La Raza Roundtable stated in their letter of opposition to SB 131, there are not two classes of victims, and there are not two classes of justice. The Catholic Church for too many years erred grievously in its handling of the sexual abuse of minors. The Church stands willing to support legislation that treats all employers equally in their responsibilities toward past victims of abuse. But we cannot stand silently by while the state imposes crushing financial burdens that imperil our inner-city schools, neediest parishes, and social services for the poor, while exempting public employers from the same level of responsibility. It is vital that our parish and school communities speak out about this injustice to their state legislators as soon as possible. Since the bill may come up for a vote on the Assembly floor as early as next week, I would ask you to please send the attached flyer to your parent community via email immediately, asking them to contact their state assembly member. I recognize that this is a very difficult topic and one that needs to be presented with a special sensitivity toward all victims of abuse. Even more importantly, it is a message which must be accompanied by a continuing and intense focus on the steps that the Archdiocese has taken to root out the sexual abuse of minors, both within our institutions and in society as a whole. Thank you very much for all you do in service to our children and families.